Okay, Judy, that's great. We've got down here in the longer 9-column thought diary, you've got that most recent panic jotted down, and you've got the date down there, which is it was last Tuesday. In the supermarket, Derek goes off to get some milk, and you've got that you noticed your heart starting to race. So that's the situation. And you've got down here that the emotion is anxiety, and you've rated the intensity of that emotion at 98%.
Yes.
So it must have been really awful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and you've described the thought, and you've circled this as the hot thought, the most distressing thought. I'm having a heart attack and I'm going to die. And you've just got the belief down there. You've rated that as that you believe it 95%.
Yeah, I believed it was going to happen almost. Yeah, almost certainly
at the time. Yeah. Okay, that's great, and it's really helpful to have it down in this format. What I think we should do, if it's all right with you, is that we'll go on and just look at the rest of the columns here and try and look at the evidence for and against the thought that was occurring at the time.
Yeah.
That's okay. So perhaps, would you mind if you wrote it down?
Not at all.
Because we'll use this kind of diary in between sessions from now on, this longer diary, if that's okay. So what would you say the evidence was for that thought at the time, and what's the evidence now?
My dad died of a heart attack.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so jot that one down, yeah. And how old was your dad when he died?
He was 55.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Any other evidence for that thought?
Well, I guess the symptoms I'm having are the same as the symptoms that he complained of, the chest pain and the shortness of breath and the tingling.
Okay. So jot those ones down as well then. Okay. Any other evidence for believing that it's a heart attack?
It feels like a heart attack. It just feels very real.
Feels very real, yeah. Okay, pop that down as well then. Anything else that supports that belief?
I can't think of anything else.
Can't think of anything. We'll come back to it in a minute. But let's think if we can think of any evidence against that hot thought. Can you think of anything that doesn't support it? You've had some physical tests, haven't you?
Yes, I did about a year ago when I first had this thing happen. I had an ECG.
Right, okay. What were the results of that ECG?
They said it was normal.
Okay. So is that some evidence against the thought?
I guess it is, yeah.
Okay, we'll put that down in that column. Yeah. What did your GP say about that ECG?
He wasn't worried at all. He said he thought I'd had a panic attack, that I had nothing wrong with my heart.
Okay. So is that something that we could use as evidence there? Yeah. Okay, so you've got a normal ECG. The GP had reassured you and said it was a panic attack. Anything else that makes you think it might not be accurate?
I guess my age. My father was 55 and I'm in my 30s.
Yeah, so I'm a bit younger, yes. Yeah, so pop that one down as well. Have friends and partner ventured an opinion as to whether it's a heart problem?
Derek says it's not my heart. Yeah, he's quite clear.
Right. So would that be a persuasive argument? Yeah, so put that piece of evidence down there as well then. Yeah. And, just thinking about when it happens, and does it ever happen in the house?
No.
Never happens in the house?
No.
Always when you're out?
Yeah, it's always when I'm out.
What do you make of that?
I guess, logically, if it was my heart, then it would happen at home too.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so it's only happening out in more difficult situations. Yeah, okay. Would that be further evidence that we could put down?
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I guess often when I'm alone as well, it's when I'm alone.
Right. Okay, so when you're alone,
Yeah.
And does that make it seem likely that it would be a heart problem?
No.
Okay, so again, that... Any other evidence against it?
I guess it stops when Derek comes back.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just thinking, you remember 2 weeks ago when we did that experiment where you tried focusing on your chest and thinking about your heart. Do you remember what happened then?
Yeah, just thinking about it brought on the pain.
Right.
I felt my heart racing, and then I started to get the symptoms.
So something about the focus and the concentration can seem to bring on the symptoms.
Yeah, it did.
And what do you make of that?
It would suggest that it wasn't heart disease, that it was something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
So should we put that down as even further evidence?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got quite a long list there. I was just wondering if there's any other things, evidence that we've gathered together during our sessions. Do you remember last week when we looked at pairs of words together, and there was one which was, I think it was chest pain, heart attack, breathless, heart attack. Do you remember what happened when you read those?
I do. It also brought on the symptoms when I thought about them, stared at them,
Yeah, so those thoughts and those kind of words really seemed to make you feel really panicky.
They did.
Was that quite similar to what happens when you get your panic attack?
Yes, it was similar. Not as bad, but it was similar.
Yeah. Is that further evidence?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, okay. Anything else at all? Seems like a lot of evidence there against the thoughts. Anything more that you can think of that's evidence for the hot thought?
It just feels really real. We've got it down, but it just feels when it's
really
happening,
real at the time.
I believe it.
Yes, at the time you really feel it's real. So looking at the whole picture and the situation and what you were thinking, how you were feeling, and the evidence that we've gained for and against, is there another more balanced thought that we could put down in this column that might describe what's happening?
I guess, would it be something like, I think I'm having a heart attack, but actually I'm not. I'm probably not.
Yeah, that would be good. So I think I'm having a heart attack, but I'm probably not. And going back to this original thought, I am having a heart attack. If you had to, in the light of all of this evidence, if you had to re-rate the level of your belief in that on a 0 to 100 scale, how much would you believe that thought now?
It's definitely come down. Maybe it's about 30?
About 30%. So belief has dropped from almost completely believing it to 95 to 30. So shall we put that re-rating down there? But there continues to be a bit of doubt in your mind, doesn't there? It's still a little bit of belief in that thought. And I wonder whether we could perhaps do some further work on checking out the thought, and that might involve some testing out and about, maybe trying yourself out at the supermarket, maybe trying yourself out in the car. How would you feel about that?
I would feel apprehensive, but I do want to get this sorted.
Yeah, okay. So apprehensive, but you're willing to have a go.
Yeah.
And we'll take it step by step, so it shouldn't be too scary for you. Okay, that's great.
Thank you.